Hello there, it's Paul here and welcome along everyone. I suppose it's a bit of an update video and sort of like some of the processes that I'm doing here. If you've been following me on social media, you'll have noticed certainly recently I've been making quite a few bowls. I've got a piece of oak here on the lathe and I've just basically turned the bottom. The original blank was only 38mm thick, so I didn't really want to put a tenon on here to then turn off the flat base afterwards, because otherwise I'm going to start losing a lot more of the bowl. Now on a couple of my bowls I've done a little bit of colouring on the base, and that's really sort of like the process that I'm going to cover here. I've got the chestnut spirit stains and I made my own box here. I've actually got both lots here, so you can see in the lid here I've got the standard colours. These are all sort of like the demo sort of like trial kits. So I've got the standard colours here right through there, but at the same time I also bought the wood ones. And if you're looking to buy something, it's worthwhile getting these as well, because there are some really fantastic colours in here that you can use. What I've done here so far, I originally sanded this back to through the grits through to 600, and I just put some detail lines in there as well, and then coloured the whole thing black, and I've sanded it right back again from 180, 240 all the way up to 600 again. When you apply colour, you really do need to make sure that you've got a nice surface. You don't want to leave any scratches in there, because by doing the black this way it shows really what happens, and it highlights wherever you've got any deeper pieces in there. And the same thing would happen if I'd done the whole thing just one colour. It would highlight if I'd got any scratches or anything in there. But what I'm going to do here is, the reason I did the black first of all was I want to highlight the grain, especially these main bits of grain here. So I've decided this time, I think the last bowl I did, which was this one, and again I did the black again, which you can see the black is on the edge there. Black highlights the grain in there, and I did that one on the spirit stain red, which I think has come up really nicely. I'm going to probably go for the royal blue. I'm not sure yet whether I'm just going to do this the one colour or whether I'm going to even though I've gone over this with black to start with, and the blue is obviously quite a deep blue, it's the black that's there in the grain is still making it a lot more bold, so it shows up the grain a lot more. Now if I'd gone for a lighter colour, the black would have really stood out on the grain, but I thought I'd try this first of all, and I might even then go over with something a bit lighter. So I'm just going to let that dry for the moment, and I might give that then either a top up with some more blue or try some different colour on there. This has been left just a couple of minutes. It's probably not fully dry, but it's gone off a fair bit, and I do like the dark blue on there. But what I'm going to do as well is that where I've got these lighter patches of wood on either side, I'm going to try the ordinary blue, which is a lot brighter blue, and just to make sure that blends in okay on the edges. I've left this to dry, and it is pretty dry now. What I did here is, because I wanted to burn my name on there, I just used a bit of 600 grit paper, and hopefully you can just see on the edges there, just to try and sand off that central ring a bit, just to lighten the colour in there, so that at least when I burnt my name in there, it's going to stand out a little bit more. Now for sanding sealer, I could use just an ordinary wipe on like I do with a lot of my things by the cloth. The only downside on that is it will lift a little bit of the colour. As I've got sort of like a fairly distinctive lines between where my colour is between the two blues, I don't really want to use a wipe on because it might just blend that too much. If I'd gone more patchy with the colours, a wipe on would actually in fact help blend those colours in a little bit more. So I'm going to use the spray version of the same thing, cellular sand and sealer. I've got my main lights on here, all my spotlights, so the colours might not show up so well on the camera. I mean, hopefully it's showing the difference in the extremes there, but I'm just going to switch the lights off as well. Let the camera adjust to the lighting there, and it might give a different effect there. So this now really does look a really deep, sort of like navy blue. This other blue looks, now whether it's because it's mixed with the navy blue, it's coming out like more like a marine green, like an aquatic green that you sort of come by. And it's got the whole bowl there on the base there has now got that sort of more aquatic feel about it. Apply the sanding to it. Whether this will change much, I don't know. I'm just going to let that dry off, and I might give that a second coat then. This has just had a couple of coats of sanding sealer, and I mean, to me the colours really look a lot more vibrant now than what they did. Because I've put some form of moisture on there, it will raise the grain a little bit. I think some of it in actual fact is because of the aerosol, the droplets, the way they form on there, so there is a very, very slight roughness to it. And all I'm going to use is the Web. This gold yellow one is equivalent to about 1000 grit, so it's obviously a lot higher than the 600 I put on there. And just turn the speed up a bit more, and you might find if you've got a new clean piece of this that it does take a little bit of the colour off, but it's not really going to be much. I'm just using it to smooth it out a bit. So that is a lot better. For a finish wise, I'm just using the chestnut microcrystalline wax. Now the thing with this, what a lot of people don't realise is that you don't need to put loads on. I mean, that there is probably too much, and all I want to do is get a smear. So I certainly don't want pieces sticking up like that. I just want to smear over the whole piece. So that it's all sort of like a cloudy effect. Anything else and it does make the finish a lot worse, and you get your streaks. With the microcrystalline wax, you need to leave that about 20 minutes before you buff it off. So that's come up quite nicely. So I'll just switch the lights off again, just in case it shows up differently on the camera there. And quite pleased with that. So I'll get this turned around on my other chuck and then hollowed out. So that's the finished bowl, piece of oak, all hollowed out, even walls. And because I quite like the colours on there, it's like an aquatic feel to it. The other one, if you'd watched me on social media, these two on social, which if you'd watched me on social media, That's what I was doing. These come from a burl that I believe that Wayne, the wood turner, gave me probably about 3 years ago when I made a trip up to go and see him. I decided to go for something slightly different on these. The main burl was actually on the bottom here, so that was nice and easy to then just take that off to a standard shape. Again, fairly even thickness around there. They've all had several coats of lemon oil and still getting more coats, whereas this one I opted to do the blank the opposite way round because I wanted to try and keep some form of sort of like a natural edge on there, which is where the pieces of burl and that come up. Something a little bit different with the colouring. That's the way I do it. When you start playing with colour or anything like that, it's all just about how creative you want to be. Thanks a lot for watching.